You already know how to tune in. Think about the last time you walked into a room and felt the tension. No one said a word, but you knew. Or when you had a gut feeling not to take that job, turn down that street, trust that person, and later you found out why. That's your intuition. It's not magic. It's a sense you've had all along, like a radio playing in the background that you never bothered to turn up. Now let's turn up the volume. Here's how it works. Your brain runs on electricity. Thoughts are signals. Beliefs are circuits. When you think, I can't do this, you're literally rerouting power away from the parts of your brain that could help you do it. It's like having a supercomputer and using it to play Pong. Binaural beats, hemispheric sync. That's just sound engineering for your mind. Getting the left and the right brain to shut up and work together for once. When they sync up, you stop arguing with yourself. The noise drops. The signal comes through. Let's talk about fear. You're afraid you'll look stupid. Afraid you'll lose your mind. Afraid people will think you've gone off the deep end. Here's the truth. Every time you've ever grown, you've outgrown a previous version of yourself. That version is scared to die. It'll whisper in your ear, this is dangerous, you can't trust this, stay small. That voice isn't protecting you, it's imprisoning you. You're like a gardener who's been watering plastic plants. They never grow, they never change, they just collect dust. Real seeds are buried underneath. Your intuition, your clarity, your connection to something bigger. But you've been afraid to dig. What if you dig and find nothing? What if you dig and find everything? And then you've to live up to it. You're a lighthouse, but you've been shining your light inward, blinding yourself, instead of outward, where it can guide ships. Those ships are other people, opportunities, versions of your future, waiting for permission to dock. Turn the light around. Neuroplasticity. Your brain, it can rewire itself. Every time you meditate, visualize, or drop into a focused state, you're carving new neural pathways. It's like walking through a field of tall grass again and again, until you've made a path. Soon, it becomes the default route. Your thoughts begin to flow there naturally. Your senses sharpen. You start picking up on frequencies that you used to ignore. So what happens if you don't do this? You stay on the surface of your own life. You keep reacting instead of creating. You give your power away to doubt, to fear, to other people's opinions. Your inner world stays cluttered, noisy, unsatisfying. And one day you'll realize you lived someone else's idea of a life, not yours. What happens if you do? You begin to transmit, not just receive. You start channeling insight like a goddamn antenna. You don't just hear ideas, you download them. Healing. It becomes less about fixing yourself and more about remembering you were never broken. You start speaking words that shift people, not because you're special, but because you're speaking from a clearer signal. They feel it. They don't even know why. So, you don't need to understand how electricity works to flip a switch and light up a room. You don't need to understand quantum physics to use a smartphone. And you don't need to get consciousness to use it. So let's flip the switch. From now on, when you feel that nudge, act on it. When you hear that quiet voice, trust it. When you sense energy in a room, acknowledge it. You're not making this up. You're waking up. Your mind is not a cage. It's a gateway. And you've had the key this whole time. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of you, upgraded, unlocked, and unapologetic. Now go. Be what you already are.